to, let's see. Not sure how this works though. It's like, it's still counting down to when I'm gonna go live. Oh no, it's already instantly. Instead of waiting for the time for it to go live, it just like went live. But anyway, good morning everyone. I went to sleep right after yesterday's stream and I woke up to do today's stream. Because today is a busy day. I'm gonna be at NDP, meaning to say that I don't have time to stream the entire day. It's 5:54 a.m. and I'm gonna be leaving the house in an hour. So today is gonna be a very short stream, about half an hour ish. You know, just to clear my 75 hard daily reflections before I go get something in. Maybe when I'm at the grounds, I can stream, but we shall see when we're actually there. That also like depends on my internet requirements, if I do have internet over there. But yes, so this is how. And now I'm just like packing my bag, getting ready for the day. I'm technically ready for the day already. I just hopped out of bed. I've got coffee here already. Whee! Like really fast game, you know what I'm saying? And then, bag. I did not I did not pack my bag just for the sake of the video. I just went to bed yesterday immediately after I completed stream, because I was thinking that I can just do it in the morning. If not, it will be so static, me talking again in the morning. Thinking of what book to bring. I think we'll go with something easy today. I was very engrossed in that book, so let me finish that later on. I got pants here that I need to change out into soon. And to here. Okay, that's done, and I'm more or less done already. I'm ready to go already. Like that's it in just packing and getting ready for the day. This is how organized I am. There was this thing where we were talking back and forth with someone. No, I was just not complaining. I was just telling someone that someone was telling me that I was very organized, like really organized. I'm very systematic in what I do, and there always is like a list for me to sort of like follow. And that's true, because I am someone who actually is very lazy, someone who actually cannot go ahead to just do like wander around and just do things, which is not a bad thing. Sorry, not to say that it's not a bad thing. What I'm trying to say is that without a plan prior to that, it is hard for me to get things done, in a sense. So something like a proper list for me to knock off, something like 75 hard, where it says like do your daily video journal, and then go and work out, and go and drink water, so on and so forth. So it's easy for me to just like tick it off. That's one list. Another list could be for example, if I'm doing work for like video work and that kind of thing. So it says like, today we're gonna ideate for a video that we're doing for a client, that kind of thing. That's something that is a task, but at the same time that task is an open-ended task, because that's something that is not exactly measurable in that sense. You can, like we talked about yesterday in creativity, how you can sort of constrain yourself to the time of doing the thing. So you say, I'm going to give 2 hours to come up with something, or 2 days to come up with something, but within that 2 days, you are not really constricted to sitting there at your desk and like you must produce something out of just sitting there. You can just wander around, you can go and eat at the coffee shop, you can come back, and then you have inspiration to actually like whatever out down with the constraints of the time that is out there. But yeah, that is basically it. and preparing myself for the day. Like that's it. I'm really done. I'm really ready to go and that kind of thing. The thing that is missing is just me taking a shower. I of course take a shower in the morning, but I just woke up. Normally I will leave it to half an hour later. Then I will actually take my shower because my body is still, getting ready with life. Yeah. So anyway, I am. Let's go on with the agenda for today, where we are going to be talking about preparing yourself for the day. Which is, yeah. Yesterday I did talk about a little bit about those morning routines. Sorry, I'm a bit itchy. Hence why you should bathe in the morning. But yeah, give me a second. Morning coffee. What was I saying just now? Right. I was talking about how YouTubers normally have those like very bombastic morning routines where they're like talking about, wake up, meditate, journal here, do that kind of thing, so on and so forth. And as much as that is very unrealistic, a lot of people do those kind of things because that's how they are prepared for the day. If you look at it from a very objective point of view, some people have very high stressing jobs. They're working with people who they kind of don't really vibe with. There's a lot of conflict in their life. Therefore, doing those kind of things allows you to sort of prepare for the day. And then you can like go on and do your day. So having said that, okay, but what becomes a little bit too excessive is like you wake up, you journal, you go to the gym, you go and feed your dog, go to the cafe, so on and so forth, and that is like a chunk of 5 hours, and then you start work. It's like not that the reason why it's unrealistic is that not a lot of people have that kind of freedom, especially a lot of night owls who wake up around, right before they have to leave and just start work. So the equivalent to me versus those people is that I wake up, I make my coffee, I sit down, I start working. They have to wake up, get ready for the day, and commute. Then they start work. That's like the night owl kind of thing. So where are they going to do this morning routine? But how do I prepare for the day where, like for example, today where I'm going off to be at a place socially with a lot of people? Normally in that particular scenario, there are a few things which are different from the morning routine where I just wake up and just start working. Because if I am going to be with people, I want to be stretched and ready. So in a sense, I am warming up my vocal cords. I'm also stretching my body, making sure that I don't get stitches throughout the day, making sure I have enough electrolytes so I don't get cramps during the day. I also am, breaking my fast slightly early in the day, so when I'm there, I kind of don't need to do like the second business, if you know what I mean. I still technically don't eat in the morning. That's why I drink my coffee to sort of like release the entire system, get myself to go. And that is as far as I prepare myself. Other things would be thinking ahead during the day. So just now you saw me pack my bag at the start. Normally that would be done the day before. Just that the bag was being drying. It was being dried yesterday because on the day before that I was using it to go and rock. So it was pretty smelly. I will wash it. So only today it is ready to be used. But anyway, the bag the day before is when I pack the bag, and then inside the bag I have my extra clothes. Inside the extra clothes, it has a proper shirt. It's basically my sportswear that I wear every single day. After I finish the event, sorry, I'm still waking up. After I finish the event, like change out, or if it rains, I can change out. There's always something that I can, fall back onto when I am going out. I also carry an umbrella that, shields me from the rain in case I need to go places. Water for sure. This is something that I could have explained by just opening a bag, but I don't really want to open the bag right now. We'll do that in another day where we're doing like a bagging, unboxing kind of thing. Anyway, so from there, that is done the day before. That allows me to be prepared for the rest of the day. Also, I bring my book, but if I forget my book, I got my audiobooks on my phone, which also kind of works the same. What other things that I can talk about? Okay, these are all the physical things that you sort of can prepare. Still waking up, boys. Yeah. So these are the things that you sort of can prepare. Very physical kind of things, but we also have the mental side of preparation, like getting yourself ready for the day, and that sort of thing is trying to talk about mental. Yes, you're setting your attentions on how you want to go up in the day. The reason, okay, this I'll talk about in another video, but basically, my schedule of how I actually start to contact people, when do I contact people during the day, it is past 10 a.m. all the way until 7 p.m. There are exceptions to the certain people that I will continue, they are outside of this zone, that I will still continue to text. Physically, I am not sleeping yet. I sleep around 10, 11, or like even sooner, but like I will still only contact a few people. The rest, everyone is sort of like bound by my schedule, because like, stop contacting me kind of thing. That came out because when I was working the past 2 months, I didn't really have any limits to when people can contact me. So at 11 p.m., as I was about to go to bed, suddenly some client says like, oh, can we talk right now? Can we hop on the Zoom call right now? And me being me, wanting to check my phone, suddenly accidentally click the WhatsApp open, and I'm like, oh, crap, I'm inside this chat. They've already seen me read it already, and then now I kind of have to talk to them. I need oxygen. Yeah, but anyway, then I talked to them, and then after that, that became a routine. A routine that is a bad thing. A routine to talk to people at any point in the day, which meant I didn't really have any time to rest. So everyone is sort of like restricted to only talking to me during from 10 a.m. all the way until 6 p.m. because those are normal working hours compared to, all rounder. And then we still have the non-constricted people where I can just talk to them at any time of the day. But going back to setting my intentions, sometimes during one of the rules that I apply during my sleeping time is that I am not allowed to check my phone. Yes, my phone is within the room, inside the room on the table somewhere, but it's not close to my bed, like right next to me. One, I'm a very light sleeper, so basically anything will just keep me awake. That falling thing when you are, you're falling asleep and then suddenly you jerk. So that's like if I remember correctly, some like a dream. When you fall asleep, your body perceives that you are falling, therefore it kicks you into your fight or flight mode type things. Then it will sort of like jerk you. So in that sense, right, when I jerk, I wake myself up, and the cycle continues unless I am slowly easing into the sleep because I'm very, very tired. So that's how light of a sleeper I am. Sometimes I would, when I was a little bit fatter, I would have, a lot of blockage over here because I was just fat. So I would start to snore. I don't snore now, but when I snore, I wake up myself, which, disrupts the sleep and that kind of thing. I just cannot sleep. So anyway, light sleeper. So being a light sleeper, I go to the toilet also pretty much a lot at night because I drink a lot of water. I found that if the more water I drink, the more toilet breaks I go. It is much better compared to not drinking any water and being dehydrated in the morning. So that is something that I continually do at night. But if I do check my phone, sometimes, actually a lot of times, that's when my emotions take over because my brain cannot comprehend, me looking at the phone itself, especially with a lot of people who, in the sense trigger the angerness that comes out, because people are asking me like, can you do this right now, can you get this done right now, and it just becomes very because my brain cannot comprehend like exactly what they're reading. Sometimes it's perceived in the wrong way that just gets me really really angry, to the point where I'm just like, I can't sleep anymore. I won't go out bursting and like attacking people, but like the thing is, sometimes humans can be very mean sometimes, and they can sort of like destroy the reality of what you have already planned out, especially when things are already planned out very nicely. So having said that, it sort of gets me awake, and that is the reason why I don't check my phone in the middle of the night. My phone is away somewhere on the table that I can just have it as an alarm clock. I have my iPad, which is next to me, also for a second alarm in case I cannot wake up, but rarely the case. Yeah, so going back, you see, I'm going like layers and layers and layers. It's something that I do want to talk about in the future, is about setting intentions about how you do things, because a lot of the things that I do in my life has multiple layers of cause and effect of how it sort of like runs my life. For example, the reason why I'm awake and I'm staring at the film light right now, you see, like the studio light, like boom, it's because you're trying to prime your body for the circadian rhythm of when you wake up, you're already seeing the sun. And because now it is still 6:10 a.m. in the morning, there is no sun outside right now. The sun has not even like risen yet. And how are you supposed to prime your body? It's just a matter of fact that I am a filmmaker and I have studio lights at home. So I need to get that artificial light into my eyes as soon as possible to set my circadian rhythm to say like, this is morning. And then slowly when it hits like throughout the night, that's when you're opening up more warm light to get you like, oh, okay, I'm drowsy, I'm sleepy, it's the sunset, yada yada yada, and then you go to bed. So yeah, that's why the light is here. That's why I am already happy and energized in the morning, ready to go. It is just built in like that. But yeah, what other things do I talk about in terms of waking up? We talked about so going back just now, just a recap. So we already did the physical, keep everything, prepare yourself for the day, stretching it, that kind of thing. And then we have also the mental state, to like the reason why I don't check my phone, and then I wake up in the morning, and then after that getting to the point of leaving the house and that kind of thing. So we were talking about, in contrast of all the other people who are in the shower trying to prepare themselves for the day, what I do is to say, let's assume I did not check my phone because I didn't want to go and mess up my whole schedule and just like get angry at people, which also messes up how I continue with the day. But anyway, when I wake up, that's where I tell myself like, okay, we are going to, whatever happened last night is last night's problem. Today we're going to deal with it, but to deal with it, we're going to go in with a happy face. And something that I always am prepared to do all the time is, I watch those videos of these teachers. As much as they have very bad days, they would smile and brighten up their faces before they enter the class with that sort of thing. And that is the positive affirmations which I do. That's the only thing that I do to sort of like brighten up the day. The reason is, the more you see the happy and the more you see the things that are more positive in the world, the more positivity you will be giving and given back. So in that sense, in nothing to do with like this morning thing, but like sometimes you will read something that really really annoys you, especially like you're communicating with someone and then you're ready to go attack that person. Two things. One is to think about, how should I respond to this person in a way that will not sort of damage the relationship, kind of thing. And the other one is to check yourself before you respond, because long time ago, the way that I would just like respond is just to react. I'm not responding. I'll just like straight up just no, blah, 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 that kind of thing. But what good would that do to any relationship? We are humans, emotional people who are in the state of, we need to come in with TLDR, just attack the problem, don't attack the person. Separate the problem from the person, and then we will solve it together. So in that particular case, it's a sort of prevention is better than cure. So instead of trying to diffuse the situation at the end, you are trying to start off with something like, hey, I see that you have not done this, or I see that this has happened. Is there something that I can help you with? Like, tell me why it has come to be like this, and sort of that kind of thing. And then the person does not get like riled up and angry. You're not feeling like fire to you're like turning up the fire. So in that particular scenario, coming back to the morning, preparing yourself for the day, something on the positive effect, affirmations and preparing yourself for the day, that thing that I do, it's just saying that, okay, I am a bit stressed, I'm going into this day, I'm going to meet X amount of people, all my energy is going to, radiate happiness and positive energy for this particular sets of people. But other than that, I can just like tone down on the rest of the day when I'm sitting in the computer, because I don't have to interact with anyone. Other than that, I have a lot of because I do a lot of reading as usual. That's when I also get new insights to how do I proceed with life. In that sense, it's like probably that day I want to take a little bit more breaks and breathers compared to other days. Make sure I do not reach the point of hitting past that threshold of destroying my entire day. Everything is my responsibility when I'm going through life, and that's something that I have learned over time, that everything and how I live in life is according to me. I have the free will to do that. It's how I respond to the world versus how the world, like, it's against me. The world is never against me. It's not that the train was late, I just woke up late. It's not that it started to rain today. It's just that that's how Mother Nature works, and I did not check the weather forecast. It is not that I didn't pack my bag. It is because I did not pack my... Okay, that's a bad example. Yes, I did not pack my bag. But packing your bag the day before, that's something that I should do, and I always do. So I am prepared for the day just to get out and go. But that is essentially how you can prepare yourself for the day. And also, don't drink so much caffeine in the morning. So normally, I would stay away from caffeine for 1 hour before I actually start drinking, because if you're using this as what do you call that? Like a support for you to wake up, then you're priming your body to always be needing caffeine for you to wake up, which is a bad thing, because without caffeine, suddenly, you caffeine, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, caffeine, there's like no caffeine, and then that's where your body starts to react in a very a vicious way. Yesterday, we were talking about sugar, how I was eating a creme brulee at my friend's wedding, and that kept me up in the middle of the night. Same thing. If you drink coffee too early in the morning, that will sort of like mess you up. But once in a while, it's kind of fine. Something like today, where I'm going to be leaving soon, going out. So I don't get to drink my cup of coffee until like 4 or 5 hours later. And, the vibes in the morning are meant to be like that for me. Drinking coffee and just waking up a very slow morning. But today is sort of different because I'm waking up already, start yapping already. But, sometimes you have to work around life as it is. Very nice, very nice. I don't believe we have actually got through an entire day. I was thinking, should I wake up? Should I not wake up? Okay, 100% I'll wake up. I'll always promise to go and make the meet the timings. And I woke up even earlier than what I'm supposed to today. I was about to wake up at 5:30 and then start stream at 6, but I woke up at 5:15 and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do now? I'm ready to go and stream. So I was just like walking around downstairs and just breathing the fresh air, and then after that I was just like, okay, I want to sit here. It's still not 6 yet, never mind, let's go live at 5:50. So I still am figuring out like the notify kind of thing. The other funny thing that I'm trying to figure out is like proper thumbnails for all the lives, because now they're just like I don't know, they don't look very nice right now. That's something that I have to go and figure out next week. Next week is going to be very fun. because it is going to be National Day for Singaporeans, and I'm gonna be there. Like today will be the last practice for National Day. I will be at the Padang, preparing for that. So this is the last preview. National Day is on the for Friday, next Friday. Yep, next Friday is National Day. On Tuesday, I'm being shooting. I'll be filming a short film for a competition which I need to submit on Sunday 11th. So yeah, 6, 7, 8 is just like 6 will be the filming day, 7, 8 will be the editing, and I'll just be in my room with my director just putting the film together, which will be really exciting for me. What other things? I still have yet to clear, according to the 75 hard for this week, I still have yet to clear the movie that I'm going to watch this week. So I guess because of time constraints, should I still force myself to go to a movie theater? Let's see what movies are out there. Still, let's see. I still have yet to go and watch a movie. Let's go Shaw. Or we can go Golden Village. Got Deadpool, we got Despicable Me, we got Inside Out is still here. Long Legs, Quiet Place, How to Make a Million Before Grandma Dies. Like, I can just choose any of these things to watch, or I can just watch whatever I want to watch on online, I guess. As long as I watch something, then that will like sort of constitute to me, just finishing it. But I don't want to be like I just doing for the sake of finishing it. I actually want to watch something and learn. Or I can watch Conan, the Detective Conan. My friend is really into that. He's in Japan right now, and yeah, Twisters. Interesting. The way I sort of take videos and that kind of thing. Okay, videos, movies, and books, that kind of thing. I wrote down on my Goodreads, like, I'm not a big reader. I wrote down on my okay, wait, give me a second. I need to say good morning to people. Hello.
Morning.
7 o'clock. Okay.
What do you pay your breakfast with?
You
take breakfast with you?
Yeah.
What do you eat?
No, I'm just drinking coffee. I don't eat breakfast.
7 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna leave at 7 o'clock. But yeah, say good morning to people first, so people don't start like coming into the room and stuff like that. Anyway, I was writing down on my Goodreads that no, I didn't write it on my Goodreads, but like I wrote it down somewhere because I rate a lot of things 5 stars. And the reason I do that is the entry point of how I see the books. Okay, for example, the reason why I say that is that if I were to read the book for the first time, read any book for the first time, let's say I'm reading this book for the first time and I'm a first time reader, how does this book speak to me? Okay, this also goes for like entering a place of architecture and also watching movies and anything to do with art and creativity. For the first time, as I am engaging with the said thing, how am I responding and reacting to the thing for the first time? And this is important to me because the way that a lot of other people read the thing is the more you read more books, you'll start to see a lot of common type of themes, and that's where people start to get very hard in terms of trying to rate their give their ratings. They'll be like, oh, it's only 1 star simply because I've already seen this before. Like, for example, in the book, Joseph Campbell, The Hero's Journey, that's where he sort of like came up with the whole hero's journey thing. Inside the book, what book is that? Give me a second. what is the most recent book that I read? I think Contagious. This book. Contagious. This book also talks about, how storytelling is very important and that kind of thing, and he uses examples from Joseph Campbell's Hero's Journey. It's not, that's this. If I were reading this for the first time in like a marketing kind of thing, then I was like, oh, that's interesting. So there's something to support that thing. But me giving this example, there have been multiple books that have actually talked about, stories are key and that kind of thing, and they all reference, back to Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey. And then you're looking at it, it's like, oh, it's the same thing, everyone is saying the same thing, it's like they're saying nothing new. And slowly, the more you read more books, people start to get very sour with their ratings. They're like, there's nothing new over here, they're just still talking about the hero's journey, nothing is new, that kind of thing. So that's where people who have never read the book, never got into reading before, they will see this type of review and say like, this one has nothing for me. But no, if you have never read a book before, never watched the movie before, go in with an open mind to say like, maybe this can teach me something. Even give it a chance. Basically, you don't have to complete it if it kind of sucks. There are some books over there that I have just realized, like 50 pages in, that the book is talking about how great the book is, which doesn't make any sense to me. They're not really adding value at all. You can tell that I was reading somewhere this quote where some people read based on experience, that kind of thing. Some people just read to get money or that kind of thing. I can't really say it right. But basically, some of the books are really just a reprint of someone's, they just want to say something. So they just like compile it into the book. And the book is more of like case studies, testimonials of people saying how great this book is. So it's so meta. It's like, yeah, you're reading this book is great, this book is great. The books are over there. But anyway, where was I? Oh, we're talking about like movies and that kind of thing. As much as I go into movie theaters, going with thought of what I might watch, there also is a very hard, like, I don't mind what I'm watching. And this is something where I go alone to the movie theater. A lot of people are very afraid of going to the movie theater alone because they are, they're, they are lonely, and they are like, I don't want to go alone. Like, what happens if I get scared? Like, if it's a horror kind of thing. But I will always go alone because I don't want people to destroy my perception of watching it for the first time, experience it for the first time. Going back to one of the things I talked about in the first stream about how a lot of influencers, they have a lot of no substance in them. They just create for the sake of creating. Like, weighing both sides, it's okay because they're getting their bag and that kind of thing, and they are doing influencer marketing and that kind of thing. I think it's fine. But where it comes in conflicts with my own personal life, and the reason why I don't call myself an influencer is not to say that, oh, I am stuck up, I have a lot of substance because I do art and that kind of thing. That's, different story. But the main thing is that I grew up as a filmmaker, meaning to say that the way that I consume art and the way that I do art is slower and more exploratorial, where I am thinking about how they do like how they came up with the story, what are all the different types of pathways that they could have written the character, so on and so forth. That's how you sort of like respond and question the world, that you're having a conversation with the artists, the directors, the writers and that kind of thing. So that is the exchange that I'm having. When you go to an art gallery, you're going close to the painting, and then you're going very far from the painting, seeing it in different perspectives, seeing it around, observing how the people react to the painting and so on and so forth. There's just so much that goes on in art, and the whole reason for this is seeing how we can understand how art can be and everything. So basically all of these things versus influencers, short form content where hey guys, today I went to do what, and they are doing a short advertisement on their whatever, that kind of thing. They get paid, so on and so forth, go on. the thing is, to the mass audience who cannot tell the difference between the two, they are going to movie theaters with the same mentality of watching short form content. So without the first 5 seconds of them getting very interested in whatever they're watching, that's when they're like, this movie sucks. Then it's like, no, dude, you have not given it a chance. It's like, yeah, I gave it a chance. I gave it 6 seconds. It's like, yeah. So in that sense, right, and also the treatment of how things are done. Influencers normally will just take everything on their phone and then they are just documenting the things that they're supposed to. It's nothing wrong. I don't find anything wrong with that. The thing is that when they compile the thing and then they post it, they don't have any emotional attachment to it. They're just like, it's for the money, it's for to spread awareness of such and such. And that's basically it. They don't think so much into the whole technical aspect. They don't think so much into the emotional, how this is going to affect anyone that I post out there in terms of intentionality of the shots coming in or the storyline and so on and so forth. I'm generalizing right now, but like most influencers who I'm talking about are like those people who don't really dabble in the art scene. That kind of thing. So this whole long explanation is just telling you why I don't consider myself an influencer. One, because of the roots that I came from of doing movies and that kind of thing, but also because I don't want to be this person who creates something just for the sake of it. The reason why I wasn't so consistent in creating stuff for the internet, especially like my YouTube channel, was that a lot of it not only comes to a little bit of perfection, but also how do I want the video to come out. It's the type of platform which I'm sort of like getting it wrong in the sense where, it's YouTube basically. You are wanting to see like, hey guys, we are going to be doing that kind of thing. But on the other side of YouTube, we have all the slow vlogs which have a lot of emotional depth to it. A lot of people have actually put a lot of thought into it, which is an art form. Daily life, which I am, a little bit a part of, because I'm moving more into like the movie, cinematography, documentary. That's where I come from. So that's where I take that art form and bring it to the platform, and that has turned out like that. But anyway, all these things, all this long explanation was just to say why I do not mix around and call myself an influencer. I'm not. The way that I treat things is different and more artistic in a sense. So coming back to the main point was that I will always give everything a chance, and I also, one thing that I will sort of take into account is also who is the creator, because that can also shape the perception of how I respond to the thing. And going back even further, just now we were talking about setting intentions and that kind of thing, where how you respond to the person. Are you going to like just destroy them out of nowhere, or are you going to take it in like a soft and understand the issue, the problem that is at hand? So no, it's not really an issue when people create things. The thing is that if you are a beginner filmmaker, and I had this a lot of times where a lot of my friends know that I am a filmmaker, and they will come to me like, hey Nick, I need some video help. It's like they're not asking me for a job or that kind of thing, but they have created something for themselves, either in CapCut or Windows Movie Maker, shot on their phone. They just want a second opinion. And because they know me, they know that the opinion is stronger compared to someone else. And I know that, objectively, they are just doing it for the sake of practicing, getting into video and that kind of thing. The thing about how a lot of seniors and people who have been in it for a long time will look at, student films, and they will start to destroy them almost immediately, telling them, why did you not put your camera here? Why do you not think of this shot? Why do you not write that in? You TLDR, you suck. And it's just like, bro, you shouldn't be treating people like that. Yes, they are not children, they are adults, but at the same time, these are their first videos. You want to destroy them at the start. Tough love could be a thing, but not every single video that you watch and create. So it's similar in like, okay, I read this for the first time. This book sucks. Why? Chapter 1 talks about stories. I've already read this before. I don't think people need to read this. A lot of people look at it from their perspective. They don't look at the perspective of how other people, are coming into it for the first time. One example I can think of right now is I was talking to someone who was getting into driving, and their parents allowed them to drive the car around the parking lot. And the father is more like a drill sergeant type of person, so he was like screaming at this particular person that I was talking to, and he said like, oh, I'm afraid of driving because I'm being screamed at and that kind of thing. And I'm thinking about how in the army I was also screamed at because I'm a driver also too, and that's how I learned to drive. But that the context is different. This one was a family member close to him, and he was kind of like affected by it, so therefore it translated into I'm afraid to drive because everything I do wrong in driving suddenly equals to it's wrong for me and that kind of thing. So I asked him that, is it because maybe your point of entry is different? Driving is actually easy. Driving, a lot of people in the world has drive, and he was actually playing with an automatic car, not a manual car, which makes it even easier. I said, is your point of entry, it could be your point of entry that is hindering you from actually moving forward into driving, because let's say if your particular significant person who is the one that said that you can sort of like test drive the thing is telling you you are doing wrong, and this is the person that you also love, that's where the conflict comes in, to be like, I'm trying to not suck up, what's the word for it, I'm trying to reach the expectations of this person, and at the same time I'm trying to try this out for the first time. And there's just so many conflicting things, and it becomes to the point where you kind of like don't like the thing at all. Yeah, so it's the point of entry. If people are coming into art with the point of entry of I've already read all these things before and I don't think anyone needs to read it, then you're not seeing it from the other person's side, where they are coming from. If I was looking back 5 years ago, where I did not start reading, I talked about this yesterday, where dyslexia and that kind of thing, reading was very hard. That the point of entry to me was reading my first book, which and I'm thinking about it right now. Let's talk about that in a different life. But when I read my first book, I already read that in multiple places on the internet before, in small snippets. And then slowly it became like, oh, I pieced it together. It was an actual book. I got so excited. And then slowly I went in. The reason why I didn't get into reading when I was younger was books to me was an equation of learning something and being shouted at because it was tagged to a grade in life, that is, i.e. school. Because in school you need to read books, and then that's how you improve, and without improving and getting a good sort of like grade, you will not level up and be able to move on to the next stage of life. You are essentially a failure. So having said that, the point of entry is very important to me, especially when I'm approaching other people. So coming back to me and approaching movies, if you are someone who is first time movie maker, has never created a film before, I would say that I'll give you a lot of support. I'll give you motivational therapy and say like, hey, this is great, you try this. It's like, if you want to take this to the next level, like I can even teach you if you want to. But if you're the type of person who if I were to approach it differently and say like, yeah, I'm looking at your thing, yeah, you suck, then that will be an attack on the person's ego. It will also sort of like insinuate that the person is not just good at life, basically, and that would just tarnish the whole friendship and that kind of thing, so that it's a bad thing. So the point which I am driving at for this one is that give everything a chance, and slowly you allow it to come into your life. I think that is it. But yeah. Oh, I sort of was thinking to just go for half an hour, but now I have gone into something really, 45 minutes worthy. I still need to get ready for the day, and we'll sort of like leave in the next 10 minutes-ish. Probably we might or might not be streaming when I'm at the Padang, but tomorrow for sure we're gonna come back again. Yeah, I'm still deciding when is the best time to actually stream. What time is it in the rest of the world? What time is it in London? 11:38 p.m. So, okay, what time is it in LA? Afternoon, 3:38 p.m. I would believe that a lot of people are, today is Saturday. Yeah, it's a Friday on in LA right now, meaning to say that people could be still working, therefore they can't be really online. Let's see, what time is it in Japan? 7:39 a.m. That could also be, people are still waking up. What time is it in China? 6. Okay, people are still waking up. What time is it in Madagascar? Oh, Melbourne? 8. Oh, people are already out of the house in Melbourne, Australia. It's a Saturday, also 3rd. Alright, so I guess it is less about when I stream. I think it's more about slowly building the currency over time. I'm not so particular on like people watch or don't watch. We're building the long game. People can come and like watch these VODs later on where they can see that I'm the same person, whether live with a lot of people or live with just 1 or 2 people. It's like I'm still the same person. It does not bother me. I do this in front of no audience when I'm doing my vlogs. Did you know that? Did you know that? But yeah, I am going to prepare for the day. So closing thoughts. What is today's question of today to leave you with? Also tomorrow I might be streaming in the afternoon instead. So for reference, for anyone else watching, okay, never mind. You gotta figure it out yourself. I'm just putting the notify thing in the morning. I'm not sure. Should I stream like at 3:45 a.m. in the morning? I'm not sure if anyone will be awake at that time. Okay, what I'm looking for is some questions that we can use for the day. Yeah, the movie thing probably tomorrow. Then if I go watch the movie tomorrow, I at least have something to talk about tomorrow. But I always have something to talk about tomorrow. Life is meant to be questioned and learned from. I have my question, my Blue Sky database. No, Blue Sky. Oh, no, not this one. General, personal development, question collections. All right, let's go. Since we are on the topic today on getting ready for the day, the question of today is, where would you run when no one is chasing you? That is the question of the day. Where would you run when no one is chasing you? I'm starting to think that I should put the question from the start and that will be the theme of the day rather than just me putting it out at the end of the stream, because that is a bit weird to, sum up at the end of the stream. But yeah, that could be something. Putting my Goodreads there. Yeah, it's absolutely the thing. The reason why I asked this particular question was that, when you wake up in the morning, well, from the start recap, we talked about preparing the physical, we talked about preparing the mental, we talked about how we approach things in life, in art and that kind of thing, how we set our intentions for the day. But doing all of these things, something that I have that a lot of people are still trying to figure out is what they exactly want to do in life. See, the reason why I can get out, I can go on stream and no one's watching, doesn't matter to me, and still do my thing is that I am showing up not only for the sake of myself, but I'm showing up for the sake of if anyone were to watch and come by any of these streams in the future and they're looking for this sort of example, it's already there. So I'm always out here becoming that option ready for people to, be a part of, and so they can watch. So if that is the main thing for me, then whatever I do is revolved around my core values of just doing that sort of thing. So if I'm preparing and reading a lot and reading up on a lot of research, hopefully one day when I cross paths with someone who actually needs that certain piece of information, I am ready. Therefore, the reason why I wake up and do these kind of things allows me to feel that I'm actually doing it for a set purpose rather than just doing it for myself and like feeding my ego and that kind of thing. Really, that doesn't matter to me. Probably a little because like we are all humans and we're all playing part of this status game. But really, if I could help the next person just move a little bit forward in life, that is absolutely what I want to do. So whatever I do, waking up early, being the example, reading up books, watching, teaching people how they can approach things, that is the whole core value of me, which drives me to go forward in life. If there's nothing that anyone is tagged to, then it's a bit hard to just do all these things. That's why, setting intentions and getting ready for the day and showering, that kind of thing, you're going through your mind thinking, why am I doing this? Why is this like this? And you're just wandering around life, which isn't the worst thing in life, but it kind of made you go nowhere. Yeah. But that was to answer the question of the day, and my nose is very, very itchy for some reason. Yep. Okay, I am done for today. It has been a good talk, especially in the morning. Halfway through, I stopped yawning because I was like really awake already, probably because of the coffee. Don't drink so much coffee, guys. But yeah, I will put up the next stream time tomorrow, and we'll be back. Actually, you know what? Should I just like stay around for 8 minutes more? I have nothing to add to it. I think sometimes when you go and sort of like finish something, you know when to stop, basically. No, but then again, do I want to reach the 1 hour mark? No, I can't. I got to get rid of the day. Okay, just for today, it's an exception, not reaching 1 hour. But, I've already said half an hour. All right, that's all I have to say for today. Hopefully, you are ready for today, for this, after this morning stream. And hopefully, you are ready to take on the world. Reflect, respond, and, go and out there in the world and love it. Yeah. That's all to say for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. My name is Nikki Adot, and I hope to see you guys on the next adventure. Goodbye. Click, 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 and stop.